Hi you guys, my name is Oshun the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. So this video was requested by a friend of mine who is like really curious about how you would go about asking a girl out. Once you know that she likes you, and I just made a video of how signs, like how you can tell a girl likes you. But say this is it's a scenario of like you see a girl in a grocery store or across the hall in school, and you kind of know the signs that she likes you. So now what? Like, what do you do? Here are a few things that you can do, my friend. I just put correctly to scare you guys. Oh, there's a correct way to do it, but honestly, it's not so hard to ask a girl out. Obviously, every human being fears rejection, but a part of dating and being open in dating, like, is just putting yourself out there. And the more you do it, the better your chances are of getting what you want. But a lot of people, again, are scared of rejection. But a part of the game is being rejected. So never be afraid to be rejected, as crazy as that sounds. Um, Not only will you learn how, like, the worst thing she can say is, no, I reject you. And ultimately, that can help you form thick skin, and just you can just learn how to move on and keep going. Like, never give up too if someone doesn't like you or doesn't show interest. It's not the end of the world for both men and women, because we all have the same fears, whether we want to realize it or not. But here we go. So how to ask a girl out? Honestly, for me, and I don't know how, there's different types of women obviously, but being yourself is a really big deal. Because first of all, um I feel like a part of dating these days, a lot of people don't give each other a fair enough chance to even know if we like one another. Meaning, we all wear these masks to try to please others instead of just being ourselves. But I feel like if you want to give a girl a fair shot of knowing who you are, even if you introduce yourself awkwardly, it's like awkward as hell. At least I feel like a girl, or a nice girl anyway, or a girl that's worth dating, will realize your effort that you put into the interaction or the first approach, and she would be more likely to go on a date with you. And that sounds crazy, but I feel like if a guy approached me, even introducing himself, like, hey, I saw you, I think you're this, I think you're beautiful, I think you're pretty, my name is such and such, you want to go on a date with me? That's a cool way to approach. But again, it can be scary for a lot of guys. Um, but just either, it doesn't have to be a perfect way to approach a girl. It's just a matter of having enough courage to do it in the first place. Because I feel like, again, any girl worth dating, if they seen that you took the effort to come to them, a lot of women see that as strength, because you, out of all the men in the room, are, as a man in general, like, you came up to her, and that's worth the applaud, I feel like. um so it's no really a right way. It's more so just being brave enough to take the first move, because a lot of girls are actually waiting for the guys to make the first move still in this society. It sucks, but that means you honestly have a huge chance to get a girl to go out on a date with you just by making the first move. You never want to be too aggressive when you're asking a girl out. Obviously, you don't want to be like, "Hey, ma," or "Dang, girl," or like something crazy, because like you want her to feel comfortable, obviously. So leave it in her court to decide. Like, so you can suggest something like, "Oh, would you want to go see a movie with me sometime?" Or, "Oh, would you want to do this or that?" Or a good way is to actually give her your number, if you approach her, and leave it up to her to decide if she wants to text you or call you or not. Because I think that's actually a smooth move, because then it's not a pressure on her, like, oh, she has to give you her number. um or even a little note would be cool too, or if it's something quick like a checkout line thing. I feel like guys can kind of, um if you don't want to miss the opportunity, because those situations can be very quick, you can be like, "Hey, cutie, text me sometime," or something like that. Like, Again, it's about putting yourself out there, so I'm not going to be like, oh, this is guaranteed. But these are like little ways that you can ask a girl out. Things that have been probably successful for me is just like just coming up to the girl in the first place, because it's like that's showing how brave a guy is, and I think that's the most attractive quality any man can have. And again, just don't be aggressive or make them feel uncomfortable in any way. Of course, you don't want to be all up in a girl's space and like making it seem forceful or anything. Um, Almost like you want to make it like it's her idea, like that, to go on a date, even. That's if you have more time to get to know her or have like a little chat of like her interest in things like that. Um, but yeah, it doesn't even have to be like, if you don't feel comfortable coming like head on, obviously you can make little remarks about her interest or open with a joke. Doesn't always have to be a serious approach, because I feel like in dating we all get so serious and like marriage minded sometimes, and we forget to be playful in dating. So I feel like as long as we're open to one another as species, as human beings, as women and men, like I feel like we need to open that channel of communication of just being playful again. Because a lot of times we fear, like if we make dating playful, then it'll be much easier to approach women in general, I feel like. Because if you're always thinking like, whoa, it's me, or what will she think, it's really about being in a carefree attitude. And I think that's way more attractive to women, and a guy who just like doesn't care what people think, um and a guy who knows what he wants, um like a very sure of himself attitude. So if you come at her like, look, I saw you, this, I want you kind of attitude, a lot of time if you exude that, you have a better chance of getting the girl, I feel like. But yeah, those are just little tips. Like those are some things that you may already know, obviously, but I'm just touching on some things. See what else. um Asking a girl out. uh See what else. What, I'm trying to think of things that guys may have done for me, or um if you're like online, a way that you can get a girl's attention is if you show interest at her more than her beauty. So something that's kind of played out with women these days is that, oh, you're beautiful or you're pretty. Okay, well, tell me something else. That's like that's what some girls are gonna give you an attitude of. Especially pay attention to their interests. I feel like if you pay attention to, especially online dating, uh open with something that she's interested in talking about, because chances are a lot of guys are commenting on her body. And a lot of beautiful women, believe it or not, they want to be admired for their mind as well. So if their profile is filled with topics or things that they like to discuss, then chances are they're more than just their body or their beautiful face, and they want you to acknowledge both aspects of every aspect of themselves. Um, but yeah, I mean, just approach it in a playful manner, and it sounds silly, but approach women as an equal. Like as long as you do that in a respectful manner, and your intent is not harmful, you have a higher chance of getting a girl to go out on a date with you, and just suggest fun things, or just come off your playful, fun self, and you should be good. But yeah, if you have any more questions, you guys, I hope this helps someone. Be dope, be you unapologetically. Peace.